Howard, nice to see you again. We're here at City Hall. We're doing a little 1 minute silence for knife victims of knife crime since 2016 up to 2024. You've come along. I'm assuming you're supporting it.
I'm totally supporting it, and it's congratulations to Simon Fawthrop on arranging this. This is totally apolitical. We're looking at basically commemorating 160 unnecessary, needless deaths under 20 years of age from stabbings. And it's all under Sadiq Khan's tenure. This is the problem. It could have been avoided. I'm sure it could have been avoided. There's not enough visible policing. There's not enough intelligence, not enough stop and search. And those are the sorts of things that really should be in place. And again, I congratulate Simon for doing this. It's very moving. And I would always help in this situation.
It's been highlighted a lot in the news recently, especially after a couple of weeks back when there were two in the space of 24 hours. Are you more for proactive policing rather than reactionary policing?
Absolutely. This is an apolitical event, and it would be a bit churlish of me to actually talk about our manifesto promises. But simplistically, I want to see more intelligence, stop and search. I want anyone caught with a violent utensil or knife or situation should have a custodial sentence. And I want to see more visible policing, and that's one reason I want to introduce these police access points right across London, so people feel safe, they've got somewhere to go to. We've lost all our police stations, and the simple fact is, if there's more police on the street, more visible police on the street, I think there'd be a lot less violent crime.
As I said at the beginning, a fatality happened within the ward that I represent on Bromley Council. Tragically, a 19-year-old, Max Moy Wheatley, died, and I thought, this has just got to stop. There's just too much of it going on. It's not right. And it seemed that nobody seemed to do anything about it. And so when you see all the names there laid out like that, it brings home the sort of depth of the problem that we've got. These stabbings occurring all the time. And look at the age of them. Lives cut tragically short. They haven't even begun to live their lives, those people. And it's got to be stopped. Yesterday, as I said, I was in court, and on my list there were 4 knife offences. 2 included stabbing, one was an 18-year-old, and it's just terrible. And so it's not just the ones that are stabbed, it's the ones that are near misses as well, because it's happening all the time, and it seems that nobody's got a grip on it. And that's why we're here at City Hall, because ultimately the Mayor of London has responsibility for crime in the city, and they have the opportunity to try and do something about it, whoever the next mayor is.
Here with Mercy Gilbert, who her son was a victim of knife crime 3 years ago, I believe. Mercy, you're here today, part of this cause. Can you tell us a little bit more? I know it's a sensitive subject. Can you tell us a little bit more about what happened with your son?
Yes, my eldest son, he just left boarding school, which is the reason why I sent him to boarding school, so he stays away from knife crime and gang crime, etc. But as soon as he left, he's a musician and he went for rehearsals, and he normally takes cabs everywhere since he's come into London. And he was on his way home from Royal Festival Hall carrying his viola, and all of a sudden, as soon as he got out and went outside Waterloo Station, a gang of boys just surrounded him, and they stabbed him in the heart. But because of it was because they were trying to steal a fake Gucci bag he had bought, and it was that fake Gucci bag that was going across his heart that saved his life. I still kept that bag because you see the knife mark where it went in. As soon as I got the text message from my son and I saw I've been stabbed, I froze and I couldn't breathe, and I just felt like a knife go through me as if it was myself that it had happened to. And then from then on, I was working with Sean Bailey at the time. I mentioned it to Sean that it's important for we're here at the mayor's office, for the mayor's office to do something and tackle this knife and gang crime. I'm a community leader in the Black community. I do speak on this issue and try to tackle, because a lot of the kids are from the Afro-Caribbean community, and I try to tackle this issue and say, we need to look after our children, and we need to try to come together regardless of race, color, etc., and religion, and try to stop this knife crime, and pay a bit more attention to tackle knife and gun crime amongst the children.
And how has it affected you? I know it's obviously affected you quite severely. How's it affected your son? What's your son like day to day now? What does he do?
He still uses cabs because of it, and he's now just graduated last year from Royal College of Music, and he spends most of his time outside London, in an area he feels safe, because he said, "Mummy, I don't want to ever live in London again because it's not safe." And he only comes into London when he has a concert. So, and then he also went and trained to protect himself. He went to do karate so that in case self-defense, so that he'll be able to kick off that the knife or a gun if ever happened again. How he was able to escape is that he was able to run away and quickly jump into a cab, and that's how he saved his life from almost dying.
My brother brought this to my attention. As I say, it's the sort of thing you see on the news every day. I have two young men, well, not so young now, not getting on, but they still have to go out and about on their daily business. And you worry about, if this is happening to the young ones, it must be happening to older people as well. And of course, young ones will be bought out as it's a terrible loss. But what happens to other people? They get brushed under the carpet. They'll be forgotten because the headline is so many people under 20 have lost their lives. It's just tragic.
Sean, do you want to tell us a little bit about what happened and how it started?
Yeah, so when I was 12, 13 roughly, so I was year 8, I was just making my way to school, and as I've come through the main gates, a boy had a knife on him, and he's tried to stab me in the back. But where the school I went to had metal detectors and knife archers, so it picked up on him, and the teachers managed to intervene.
Mum, how has it affected you after what happened to your son?
It affected me quite a lot because I get worried because that happened at close to school gate, and as a mum with only two, I got three of them. I got another boy as well. I worried for them because going out on the streets should be a safe place for them, and with him going to school and that happened, it made me just don't want them to go out, and that's not what you want for your kids because your kids need to be out. They need to socialize, but it's a worrying state for me. And whenever they go out, I get stressed, I get worried because I'm wondering, are they okay? Are they safe? What's going on the bus? If I don't get a phone call, I get panic, I start going out looking for them. So I'm always worried, and I'm always thinking, make sure they're safe. And I always pray before they go out and cover them because we're a strong Christian family. So you just ask God to protect them. But it's just not safe out there with young people. I got three young kids, so it's not safe. So it's always a worried, wondering what's going to happen. And this happened to him. It never leaves my mind. It's always something on my mind continuously.
How old's your youngest?
My youngest, which is Alexi, she's 14, and my next is 16, and he's 20. So they are.
Do you worry about all three of them, but do you worry about your youngest?
Yeah, I worry more about my youngest because she's a girl. Two, they target young people. Yeah. They target the younger one. They try to influence the older one. I'm worried about her as well, as a young girl as well.
Yeah, which brings me to Alexia. As a girl, because this is not just when it comes to knife crime, there is a lot of, as I say, the youngsters and everything else, but there also is an issue with women's safety, as your mum's just pointed out. As a girl yourself, what's your experience walking around in London, especially on your own, especially with what happened to your brother?
I feel really unsafe around where I walk because there could be just some people just staring, and I feel really unsafe walking alone.
Too many children are dying from knife crime. It's just not safe. Our children need to go out there. Our children need to be in school. They need to be in college. And the community need to rise up again. Parents need to talk to their children as well. Watch what their children doing. Make sure their eyes are open to gang as well. We got in the community, we got churches, like in my churches where I go, Artist Ministry in Croydon. We support young people. So young people can come in. We've got teachers in there. We've got youth workers in there. They can come in, and the church is open as well. So we need young people to come out, and a lot of them scared as well, and they need to know that they're not alone. There is help out there. So the knife crime needs to stop. It's getting worse. There's too many children. Look there. There's so many children are dying. So we need more to be done. More need to be done for our young people so they can be safe, so they can go ahead, go to college, go to school, get a good job. There's children. We need to stand up for our children to be a safe place. London need to be a safe place for our children.